there's an endless road of creativity. There's an endless, vast self that's waiting there. I used to dive the rivers in North Florida and unearth artifacts there. And we would go to these areas that have been heavily looked over, and people would say, "Oh, there's nothing else there anymore. It's tapped out, right?" And I was like, I don't really believe that. I believe that there's something else there. And these were in areas where it's where these artifacts have no scientific value. It's like out of matrix. There's no way to study the surface the matrix that it's in. So it's like it's in a rapid of water. So basically, I'm uncovering these artifacts and I'm preserving them and protecting them. So in this midst of this rapid that I'm in, I'm diving in, I'm hanging onto this rope and trying to get down in there. You come to a point where you're like, this is it. There's nothing else here underneath the surface. And I started to realize that wasn't the truth, that there was a whole nother layer down there of ancient debris. And one area that I found a cache in, I unlocked an area and I found numerous amounts of artifacts. And one of them was a 12,000-year-old Paleolithic arrowhead. So nowadays it's illegal to do this. It's illegal to go to those certain areas in Florida and do this. They made it illegal. But this was long before the rules changed. And I used to report my findings to the state, and I used to categorize everything I used to find. I used to record the sea level that I was at, everything about the material that's around the artifact. But yeah, that was a perfect example of coming to a point where I believed I could not find any more in my creative endeavors. And I didn't turn to the naysay. I didn't turn to everyone else that's around me that's telling me otherwise. I listened to that version of myself that was truly courageous. I listened to the version of myself, the childhood version of myself that would stop at nothing to find that surface, that next surface. So that's it for me. Finding that I guess Peter Pan, finding that Robin Hood, finding those parts of my childhood that really gave me my creative gifts. So, getting past those points is very difficult sometimes. It can be a test of time. It could be something that it takes months to get over. That can even take years. Or you could be on the moment, or you could be on the precipice. You could be on the very point of breaking through. Getting to those points, getting past the points, observing and absorbing, unleashing the jewels and the tools that are down there, bringing out those artifacts, those genetic artifacts that are in there, that are ancient, from the very beginning of time, from the very first cataclysms in this universe. That's what's inside of you. Those origins are endless. And respecting them, coming to terms with that vastness. Okay? You have to put yourself in a position to activate. You have to activate those points and those genetics. And in activating them, you could put yourself in nature. Okay? You could put yourself in a train of thought and meditation. But you do have to be physical. You have to physically activate yourself. And it's like a kaleidoscope. Your physical activation has millions and millions, probably billions of layers. It's probably close to infinite. Like there's no hot as hot, there's no cold as cold. There is no level of pain or emotion you can't feel technically. So that kaleidoscope, you have to realize when it's being activated. Let's say you've been injured, or you may not be as mobile as others. There might be a situation where you cannot become as physical as many others. And if you notice how just getting up and doing one task changes your mode, changes your emotional mode, just one act. So you do that one act every day, you make it consistent. You make yourself consistent, just like your heartbeat in your chest. If you feel down and feel inside yourself, that is your heart in there beating. Okay? You do have a rhythm. You do have this beautiful orchestra of occurrence in your body, in your nervous system, your heart, your mind, your brain, your body. Okay? Tap into those rhythms. See, you've become so far down deep inside yourself that you're not able to outcome. You're not able to bring an outcome to your physical traits. Now, if you're very active and you're getting out and doing things, maybe you might be exhausted. Maybe you're having to work a laborious job, and you're just overexhausted, and you need to find a way to tap into more energy. You need to find a way to bring more energy into your life. And ways of doing that, because I've done that for years. First, you have to work on your rest. First, you have to work on what brings you into a deep state of sleep and rest. And you're going to feel anxious. You're like, I want to get this done. I want my life to move on. I want to complete these things in my life so bad. Okay? But first, you have to find the rest. You have to find the ability to become the ultimate version of rest inside of you. Sleeping. Respecting those physical boundaries and those physical limits. Then once you do that, then you find parts of your physical traits that are at their best. Whether you might be a great racquetball player, you might be someone that loves to play golf, you might be good at something that you really love doing. Okay, physically, like a sport. Maybe it's just trailing, going out in trails. I love going. Of course, see me here. So do just a little bit of that, and then you'll start to see how you activate. Once you start activating, okay, you can really start digging down, all right? Then you can get lost in the things you love. Then you can get lost in your creative endeavors. Okay, you're going to be able to see things in a different way. You're going to be able to express in a different way because your genetics are being activated. Parts of yourself from your ancestors, those gifts that they're giving you, okay, are starting to come out. And it's going to be very difficult at first. It always is. It's so hard to get that boulder moving. It's so hard to get the ball rolling, And once you do, though, you're gonna be so surprised at yourself. You're gonna love every moment of it. Becoming completely activated. I don't know if you can become completely activated. I may have overjumped the road there, the gun. So I think you can become activated enough to where you can really tap in and what you really want to do in your life, which direction you want to go, how you want to explore these creative abilities that are locked inside yourself. I think if you become fully activated, I don't know, you probably just explode or something. I don't know. You don't want to do that. That's kind of like you just go off like a bomb. So Don't become completely activated. But hey, maybe you'll be like, maybe you'll like reach some point of zen and activation that no one's ever reached. Who knows what you're going to achieve? Who knows what you're going to do when you follow those key points of your physical traits? When you follow those key points of your ancestral gifts that have been given to you. There's no telling what you're going to do, what you're going to unlock, what you're going to discover. It's endless. You're definitely going to heal a part of the world, and you're going to heal yourself. Everyone on this whole planet needs you to do this. Every life form, every memory, every person that's willing to love and to let go needs you to do this. And, excuse me. Finding those traits brings on this whole nother world. You're now in another person. You found that next person of who you are. All right, you went past the chambers into a chamber chambers that you've been going to for the past 10 years, 15 years, your whole life. Parts and rooms in yourself that you've unlocked. But now you're going to the next level. You can call it leveling up by going down. You're leveling up by going deeper. And then once you find them, once you're there, you have to find a way to get it to the rest of the world. Even if, and here's the thing, even if you were very successful, you're extremely successful, let's say you're just multimillionaire. Maybe you're an inventor, maybe you're an actor, and you have achieved everything there is to achieve as an actor. All right? But when you go deeper and you discover those parts and you try to bring it to the rest of the world, you have to start all over again. It doesn't matter how famous you were before and how much people knew you before, because now you're coming as a different person. You're coming with a different role. All right? So everyone's in the same boat when we get there. It doesn't matter. Now you're going to say, well, that's not true. I mean, that person's already got connections and everything. And, well, it only takes one impression. It only takes the right impression, the right moment, the right time. And a lot of times, when you're known for something, for doing something, it's harder to find that right moment with something else that you've become. Okay, because you're known for something else. So yeah, you may have a disadvantage, you may have an advantage. We're all in the same boat here. When you're going that low, when you're going that deep, when you're leveling up and going deep. All right. So, activating genetics, unlocking the chambers, the cataclysms of your existence, of all existence. The forefront of evolutionary creativity, the forefront of evolutionary period. That's basically where we are at. We're in the forefront of evolutionary creativity in this planet. There's so many ways to describe the immensity of everything that's occurring. Of the constant. Reality's constant. Light is constant. And when you love is constant. It's like you can't turn it off. Once you fall in love, once you're in love with something, once you love, you can't, it's really difficult to turn it off. It's like, and someone that says, well, I can turn it off, then you're not really, then you don't really love, unfortunately. I mean, but you can love, and you know what it's like to love, and you know what it's like to be in love, And you know that it's a force that no one really can describe. I feel that love is connected to the vast and the empty of the fifth element, which is empty space. I believe that love is connected to that element. Okay? It's a lot of people think of love, they think of fire, they think of even water. But really, I see love as the vast, as empty, because when you fall in love, it's like everything is immense. Possibilities, everything just becomes vast. So, love is a force. Love is part of that element of emptiness. And breaking through that boundary, you're going to need that. You're going to need that element. You're going to have to master that element of emptiness. Okay? And it can be very difficult for others, and for others it can be very simple. It just depends on where you're at in life and what you're doing, what you're trying to do. Don't stop. Just don't stop. Don't give it up. Don't quit. Don't let the naysay. Don't let all those little cliches that you read about. I'm in a midlife crisis. Oh, you're definitely at a writer's block. You're at a block. You're at a creative block. Oh, you went off your head. You're losing your mind. All these things are going to come your way. It's like, just line them up. That's what you need to do. Just say, okay, come on, line it up. Let's see what you got to say. Line it on up, because you know why? Because you're going to achieve it. You're going to find that deep creative self that's going to bring out those artifacts. Okay? You are going to do it. You're unstoppable with this. I know it. You know it. The whole world already knows it. The whole world already feels what you're becoming. It's already here. It's already here. In the vastness of love, in the immensity of pain and suffering, everything on the green earth that the sun shines upon feels it, knows it. We have all come to a point in our lives that we're going to have to accept the fact that we have to become what we're supposed to become. We have to achieve these things, or we're going to feel like we've missed out, And a lot of people would say, well, you never fully achieve, you're never going to perfect what you're trying to do. Well, you're not trying to perfect it. You're just trying to find a sense of being complete, of completing these things inside yourself, these puzzles that are lined inside your deepest parts of your chambers. You're going to come to that point in your life. And when you're old and elderly, when you're at a point where you're about to say goodbye to everyone, you're going to smile. And you're going to know, well, I did it. And doing something on this level of creativity doesn't take your life force away. It doesn't take a part of yourself of self-sacrifice. What you are sacrificing, all right, are the other paths and the other onsets that you may be involved in your life. It might be a date. It might be a time that you meet someone. It might be another occurrence, another path, another region of your life you could have tapped into. That's what you're sacrificing. Don't think you have to sacrifice part of yourself to achieve these depths. Okay? Of course, we are all existing, and parts of ourselves are constantly being consumed by the world. The atmosphere, everything's like wearing on me right now. The fact that I'm cold up here on this little mountain, everything's wearing me down constantly. But at the same time, you're giving birth to your physical traits. At the same time, you're still bursting with life inside of you. It's like two rivers that are coming together. And in these two rivers, you may have one river that's calm and you're on and you're going down the river and you see the river up ahead that you're about to join with, and it's rough and it's rocky, and you hit that river. It's like the cataclysm of existence. And you hit that river and it's choppy and you're riding it, okay? And you're getting activated. All right. And everything that you learned on that calmer river that you were going down, everything that you observed and learned, you're using now on this choppy river, this heavier river that you're having to embark on. And it may be a dark river. It may be just black. And there might be boulders and there might be waterfalls that you feel and see up ahead. But you're ready now. As you've spent enough time and you've spent enough of yourself in creation to realize what you have to achieve and what you have to complete within inside yourself. And you're on that river now and you're ready. There are a lot of people that never embarked on this, that never given into those gifts from your ancestors. Now, don't walk away from this video feeling anxious, like you have to achieve something right now. Get it started. Because just the very one moment of this life coming into this existence is a blessing. And everyone that's experienced, no matter how you come into this world, because our suffering and our joy is insignificant, okay? But it's finite and it's special, if that makes sense. So at a distance, in the immensity of the universe, it's very, very finite when you see it from afar, okay? But then when you 360, you notice how insignificant it is and how there is so much occurring in this universe. So there's a polarity there. You have to overcome that polarity. You have to be able to move in between those two extended emotions, extended possibilities that are in our reality. You have to be able to move in between the polarity. For me, when I get deep and I really tap in to the vast and the insignificance of who we are, I cry, I smile, I realize that I believe in everything. I realize that everything that's ever occurred is all related. It's all on the same side. It's all on the same team. So, the more we understand that we are all creating as one, we are all moving to this unification of integrity and respect amongst the physical realm that we are experiencing. The more we will find the purpose. The more we'll be able to see people and look at them and know immediately without even meeting them. A lot of us can do that now. A lot of us can just see people and know that we are creating together, that we are existing together in a way that defies our outcome is equal. So, I think I better get moving here. It's getting a little late. Yeah, I have a lot of new stuff that I'm releasing in 2026 and 2027. A lot of music, a lot of art. So yeah, go ahead and keep me in mind. And I'll continue making videos like this And I've definitely have come to a point in my life where I'm past that surface, and I want to bring all this to the world. And I'm not going to stop until all of it's brought to the forefront for everyone to see. So I hope you do the same. Thank you.